Hi, my name is Al Green. Not that one, but the struggling guy who was in the music industry for years trying to sell talent and songs to agents. The agents befriended me and taught me techniques that I want to pass on to you through my program, which is called You Can Talk, You Can Sell. Anyone who has ever taken this program has excelled in selling and either risen to the top of their company, their team, or the top of their field. It's called You Can Talk, You Can Sell, and you can get it right here. One way to ensure that you are going to be always remembered, which is the most important thing, is when you are at a company and you find out that they're having an event. It might be a Friday afternoon, relaxed, casual Friday event, like I'm dressed casual right now, although I would never go to an appointment dressed like this. There are people that can do it and get away with it just fine. There's companies that don't care. I personally would always wear my formal coat with a tie because that was a business image I wanted to put across. But you don't have to. You could be relaxed like me right now. But here's what you do. It's very simple to do this. Let's say you find out that somebody's birthday is on Friday, and the company's going to celebrate. They're going to have a little office party. Find out how many people are going to be there and offer to bring something. A lot of times I was restricted from bringing alcohol to a company, so I would buy bottles of sparkling water or sodas or hamburgers or whatever, but bring something. And then I would bring one gift. I learned this from a top salesperson. You bring one gift, whatever it was. It used to be DVDs we would give away, but people like to, download their own stuff today. So some kind of a gift, whether it's a box of C's candy or Godiva chocolates or something that could be considered a gift. And there's lots of ideas you can pick up. If you have an expense account, you can fit it in. If you don't, you can find gifts for $10 to $20 that are just fine because it'll be worth it. You'll make that money back. Anyway, when you get to the party, let them know that you're going to have a raffle and you will be glad to conduct it, or you allow your prospect to conduct it. And what you do is you get something to carry cards in. If they don't have anything, grab a little trash can. That's worked out very, very, very well in the past. It was very funny too. Or they take a paper bag. I've seen them use paper bags. And then you take your business card, which has your name on it. And then what you do is you write numbers on it, depending on how many people are there. So let's say there's 25 people at the party. Then what you do is you give a card to each person and tell them to write their name on the back of the card. Print their name so we know who it is. And then when you collect all the cards, you number them or have somebody number them 1 through 25 like this, okay, on the back of the card. So there's the card, and then on the back of the card, you have numbers. Now you've got raffle tickets, and you have them put in the bag or you have them put in the container, and then you pick one random person, maybe the person whose birthday it is, to reach in and just grab a card and pull it out, and whoever they pull out, you'll see the name on it. You call out, and that's your winner, okay? These go over really good when you're working with a lot of different kinds of companies. Some companies won't allow that kind of thing. You can't really do that at a bank because you're supposed to be on the floor and not behind their counters. You know what I mean? This is more of an office thing, but you can do it in a lot of offices. You don't do that kind of a thing when you're going door to door at houses, because they're not. You don't want to be a part of that party unless they invite you. But a golden rule is, if you ever run into any of the people that you do business with at a party or at a restaurant, it's okay to say hello, and it's okay for them to bring up the conversation of business, but never discuss the topic of business unless they initiate it, because they might be at that party to get away from it. A great moment is basically, you can see it in the movie Big with Tom Hanks, where they're having a party and the gal who's an executive starts talking to the boss about a certain line of products, and he tells her, this is a party. There's people that are like that. They don't want to discuss business. They're at a party to get away from that. It's fun to associate with the same people, but if you're there, keep it simple. Believe me, they won't bother you if you don't bother them, but they will be nice to you, and your presence will mean everything, and your gift will be remembered because everybody got one of your cards. And when it's all done, distribute the cards back out, put them on a desk with everybody's name on them, and let them take it, because basically it's free advertising for you. The idea is be a part of the business. Don't just be a visitor that goes and sells them stuff and then you're never around, because that's the biggest mistake salespeople make. They just show up for the sale to make sure it's delivered, installed, whatever, then you never hear from them again. We used to keep a diary, not a diary, but a daily journal of everybody we talked to and who we talked to where, if we went somewhere. And basically, what they showed me in master selling was to visit that company at least every 2 weeks. Just be in their face enough not to be a nuisance, but to let them know that that's who you are. If it's people that must see you by appointment, make sure you're seen by the associates. You walk in, you go, I'm sorry, I'd like to find out, is Lynn available? No, she's in a meeting. Okay, good. Here's my card. Would you tell her I dropped by? Tell her I was here. And those people see you, because a lot of times they're the ones that will carry the message for you to the correct person. These are the kind of things that's really discussed in sales training. You have to know how to be yourself. And if it's casual Friday and you want to be casual and your company gets away with it because you're going to see people in person, that's fine. But many times it wasn't allowed at some companies. Some companies want a formal atmosphere, such as insurance offices. A lot of times they want it to be formal because clients are coming in and out, especially in brokerages. Mortgage lenders, they might want to be not casual and look very businesslike. Let the customers be casual. So make sure that you follow these very simple rules. Be a part of the business and keep your business manners with you. Don't discuss business unless somebody comes to you, because usually what will happen is you'll be minding your own business, just having chit-chat with people, casual conversation, and someone will come up and they'll go, hey, aren't you the guy from Green and Associates? Yes, I am. Can I ask you a question? Now, that's perfectly okay, because that person belongs to the company and is asking you to do the talking to them. You're not forcing it on them. You can talk, you can sell is basically about you controlling the conversation, but not by being the over-talker and talking every chance you get. That isn't what works. A lot of people think it is, but it's not. What works is letting the customer do the talking. Just remember, on a boat, it's the steering is done by the rudders, usually in the back. You're doing the same thing. You might be the helm, and you're deciding which way the boat's going to go, but the customer is doing the steering of the conversation because you're letting them and guiding them to do it. These are the techniques that are learned in the course, the six-figure selling system. The average person who goes into sales makes about 5 figures. They usually start anywhere from $30,000 to $45,000 a year. If they're lucky, they can make more, and then they make as much money as the company allows them to make. But if you exceed what the company allows, there's only 2 ways it's going to go. Either you're going to get your way, or you're going to be called away by the competition to be paid by them. It's happened to me many times. I go to an area, I work up the business, the competition finds out I exist, boom, get a job offer for more money, and now it also gives you leverage to your home company because of this simple, logical question that you throw at them. You know, company XYZ wants to hire me because I'm actually killing this area and I'm putting their guy in a tough place. They want me to do business for them. Here's the problem. I know every one of your clients, and what do you think I'm going to do if I take the job for more money? In one case, it was going to be it was going to be an extra $20,000 a year. My company said they wouldn't go over $10,000 a year. I said, okay, you know what? I can make a phone call and be working by Monday because they're going to offer me more money, and I'm going to go to all the clients that I already know from you guys who already know me, and I'm going to tell them why I made the change, and I'll be doing business. Now, do you want to talk about how much more money I can make with you, or should I take it elsewhere? I know it sounds threatening and manipulative, but this was at a time when people were literally arguing over sales positions, and companies were fighting people because they were demanding so much more. And they were getting it. So I thought, why am I not getting it? So I went to a sales coach and I said, how come this guy over here is getting so much more money than me, and he hardly works at all? I see this guy pretty much be lazy. And he said, well, he's got the advantage somehow. He either knows somebody or he has gotten to know somebody. And then he said, I'm going to tell you what to do about this. He gave me the golden solution, and I did, and it worked like a charm. I'm going to cover that in my training. So hopefully you'll stick around and get a chance to look at it, the 6-figure selling.